Give me newspaper.
Buenos días, señor Polsky.
Die Platten müssen runter, auf der anderen Seite auch.
Mr. Polsky, why do you think your neighbor is Hitler?
Those eyes. I will never forget those blue eyes.
Didn't have brown eyes?
But no. She hid behind this crazy high fence. And he spared sunglasses indoor.
Do you have a photo of your neighbor?
But why I would have photo? It's him, I'm telling you. He is left-handed, amateur painter. Even has same dog.
You know that dogs don't live that long, right?
I am not idiot. I know it is not same dog. Black knight to f7. Checkmate.
You have a board?
Let's play.
I owe you a rematch.
There is old Nazi safe in his bedroom.
You've been to his bedroom?
How do you find Frau Kaltenbrunner?
What do you mean?
Do you find her sexy? She has a nice behind. You are a good neighbor. Mr. Polsky, smile.
Adolf Hitler killed himself.
Soviet version. I mean, who can trust the commies?
Hello, my name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where Nerds Rule the World, and I am here with Leon Prudovsky, who is the writer and director for the sort of upcoming film My Neighbor Adolf, which is it's technically already done its circuit, right? It's technically been out in the world since 2022. Is that correct?
Exactly. We started out in Locarno in Piazza Grande, and then we opened Tallinn, Black Nights, and then it traveled a little bit. Yes. And in Europe, I think in 22, 23, it was there in theaters in Europe mostly.
Leon, this movie has been out technically since 2022. It did its rounds in Europe and in parts of Asia, of course. Why 2025 is it so important that we get this message out still today in theaters?
This message is very important for me to get out. So that's that. To that question, I can easily answer that. I mean, the film speaks about hostility. The film speaks about enemies and friends. And I think today, even more than 2 years and 3 years ago, we have more of those problems, more of traumatized people and nations in search for peace and in search of kind of conciliation in a way at some point. So for that moment, I think the film is more important even than it was like 3 years ago. But why the film is coming out to the theaters and stay just now, that would be a question for distributors, I guess.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the story itself. You mentioned this is kind of the peaceful version. It's kind of a friendly take on a somewhat conspiracy theory that's perpetuated for decades. Why kind of make this a friend film, like a buddy cop kind of film? Why turn it that way?
Well, the idea was to make it. It's a tragical comedy, so that's the kind of a genre. So it's a little bit black comedy. It's a little bit tragedy. It's a little bit of a drama, and of course, everything is wrapped with this thriller about spying and getting the neighbor to authorities or something like that. But when you have like two people and basically the whole story is turning around both of them, like two of them, that kind of the definition of a buddy film, right? Even if they are not buddies, but it is playing with the neighbor buddies neighbor genre. of course. I think that that's what really got me interested in this story, to try and tell it in a like crazy mix of a cross genre. Um, I think it could be challenging, but I mean, for me, it was very challenging to make it because I got stuck for like about a year in the editing room. Although there was during the pandemic, so I mean, it was okay to get stuck there. But yeah, something like that.
Let's talk about some of the production a little bit. This is a very small, intricate cast. You don't have a lot of people really getting. This is a very small. This is a deep story with a very connected cast. What did you go for when you were casting? Who were you looking for in these two main characters when you were initially writing this? Who were you looking for?
So for Polsky, the the principal, the lead. It was for me. I defined him as the guy who had this truck gone over him, like something that crushed him, somebody who lost everything, has almost nothing, and kind of lost his will to live. And so that was what was important. And it's funny. It doesn't sound like a comedy right now, what I just said. And this is why it's a kind of a genre strange thing. Um, so um, so we were trying, and he had to look and to feel East European, like Polish, like Jewish, Polish Jew, whatever. So that was kind of hard. And David, who played in the boy in the striped pajama, I think, he actually played almost, I mean, a Holocaust prisoner. So there was like the what I saw in his eyes and his face, it just struck me that that's the guy. And I had the cameraman just beside me. We were in Colombia in that at that period, and he was just sitting there. He said, "Yeah, that's Polsky, that's Polsky." So this is why it worked so well. And for Udo Kier, so Udo Kier, actually, he was in a Dreamcast like 10 years ago when we were preparing all those sorts of pitch decks. So he was like the Dreamcast for Adolf. And so it was funny too because we're like, wow, this big guy from Hollywood. So when we were casting and the casting director proposed us, like that was actually the first idea that she had. Like, seriously, we can get him? Seriously? And so we were crazy happy about that because the idea was he had to be suspicious, he had to be strange, he had to be someone that when he passes over and he takes a glimpse at you feel weird, you have those goosebumps maybe. And Dodo is perfect for that, of course. So that was the idea.
With the serious nature of the Dreamcast, of the original concept, let's talk about the comedy a little bit. The comedy isn't, verbose. You're not screaming jokes or anything like that. There is a very low level of dark comedy underneath everything. But this is still a very serious conversation. We still have some of the most serious films and documentaries are about the Holocaust even to this day. Why kind of shift it into a little bit of a dramedy?
Like in the country of comedy or in a country of tragedy?
Either way, it's why use that comedy why use comedy at all in this type of a story, I guess is a bigger question.
Okay. So there are several things. So first of all, I don't think I ever made not comedy and not non-comic thing. I mean, maybe I made a series that wasn't comic, but it was, yeah, okay, it wasn't comedy, but in a way it was. I mean, there were some jokes, some fine comedy moments. I think that this is how I see the world, how I feel the world, um, personally. I think that if you don't do it like this, I have no idea how you can survive in this world, because the world is too tragic, seriously. So those two things, and you can add third thing. uh, I would never think speaking about Holocaust not in a comic way. I mean, how could I? It's I mean, if you want to like touch serious things, and like real things, and you want it to be um, real, for people, not only for you and that particular moment of your emotional state. I think you need to open up, and to open up, you need to smile. You need to be positive in the way of thinking. So this is how I perceive the world, and I think this is how I try to make cinema, especially if we speak about Holocaust. I mean, I think I was too gentle, of course. I wanted to be gentle, of course. I didn't want to make it like crazy, stupid comedy, of course. So I do think I'm kind of very respectful for the matter. Um, I could have done more.
I really want to emphasize something with that. For those of you out there who don't understand, who didn't have family die in the Holocaust, who didn't have family impacted by the Holocaust, when you hear the word, we look at it as a in a comedic way. It's often because tragedy and trauma is impacted. You get through it through comedy. So I completely understand. I completely respect that.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
If you don't, you're going to cry.
I think I mean, I seriously can put my money on that most of the people who survived Holocaust, they had a good sense of humor.
My step grandmother is turning 95 this year, or sorry, 99 this year. So I get it. Yes, she is a survivor. Yeah.
You see? Yes.
Woman lives her life every single day. I completely understand.
That's great.
With that, let's kind of shift into the message of this story. This, once again, this is kind of it's kind of that neighbor buddy element, but it's also got this underlying spy thriller point to it. Where did you start when you were first writing this? What was your starting point? Did you want it to be a spy thriller? Did you want it to be that buddy cop kind of feel? Where did you start?
So the idea was to make a cross-genre film, to wrap it with this thriller spy movie, and that's where you have those trips to the big city where the Mossad, the Israeli embassy sits, and you have this feeling of that film. But the real core of the film is the traumatized person who cannot forget, who cannot forgive himself, which is the mirroring of his neighbor, of course. And I think I know what I actually wanted to tell is the process of getting over trauma, of getting over all those stages of a trauma, to deal with this, not to. I mean, if you don't deal with trauma, it grows into, I guess, very ugly things. Hatred is one of them, and I think that's one of the most important topics of the film, is that he needs to take care of his trauma to not to go into hatred, because he's one step from there.
Let's talk. Let's kind of go into something a little bit more happy. Let's stop talking about the trauma of everything in total. What was the most fun day on set? What was the most fun thing you got to record? What was the silliest thing that happened? What was the most fun day on set?
Wow. I have to say that I remember when the last film that I made, after 1 year of interviews, you don't think about those things. You have those things prepared. I'm like 2 years in a very different situation, so I haven't spoken about this film for a long time. So I mean, as a director, I was in like crazy ego trip when we shot big South American city in the 60s. I mean, we had like vehicles and hundreds of people and blocked streets, and it was so cool. That was cool. Um, I mean, we like most of the moments they were crazy funny and unexpected. uh I guess there's this scene there's this scene in the courtroom, the Solomon trial, and so it was in Colombia, though it was March, no, it was February, but that's that it was very hot. And the thing is that outside there was there was a market or something, very noisy. So and that was the only location we could use in the area. So we asked people to put fiberglass, some glass, like some crazy windows things that you can hear thing. So and we shot for hours inside this. It was actually, it was funny. It was inside a church. So it's a church actually. When they see it, it's actually uh, how do we call that? The altar, the
Oh,
altar.
the altar. Yeah.
The altar. Okay, it was. I could have guessed that I can anglicize the French word and it would work. Sorry. So yes, so when the judges see it, so that's the altar actually. So anyhow, everything was closed and it was hot, and little by little, people start like the crew started to get dressed. So we had like this photo when it seemed like the girls in the bikinis and and the guys in the bathing suits. It was like the situation was funny, and we had the smoking machine putting smoke. You can imagine the atmosphere was like Turkish bath.
Good Turkish bath. That's phenomenal. What about the opposite way? What was something, and I know it's been a couple of years, I understand, but what was one of the most difficult elements of this film? What was something that was just you, and maybe even
The
something you're
dog,
expecting?
the dog, the dog. When I was 20, what, 24, 23, I made a film. It was my second year film with two kids. And after having made this film, I said to myself, I will never work with children again. But I never work with dogs, so I had no idea what's expecting me. And I have to say that our line producer, that's the first thing that he said when we came to Colombia. Let's find the dog. And we were like, yeah, sure, don't worry, we have so many important things. So we'll find the dog, don't worry. So eventually we found two dogs, because I don't remember why. Anyhow, the situation of Colombian industry at that point was like 6 years ago. It wasn't very the industry wasn't very developed, so it was hard to find a lot of things. And surely what we were shooting in Medellin, and mostly the industries in Bogota. So we had a lot of problems with that. So one of the problems that we couldn't find really good dog and its dresser, no,
The
trainer,
trainer. Yeah.
yeah. So so we didn't understand what's going to happen. I think we lost 2.5 days for 1.5 scene with the dog. The dog didn't want to lick his master. He didn't want to fight David. He didn't want to come here. He it was a crazy thing. And then we got to this. Oh, I cannot tell the story because it's like crazy spoiler. Ah, la la la. Okay, so I can tell you that it took us a lot of time to create good little turds that we had to place in the garden and to work with the dog. That I can tell. But yes, sorry, that's a funny story about that, because we don't want to speak about what happens in the middle of the film. Yeah.
No spoilers here. We still have to see it. All right. So my final question, maybe one day, maybe we'll get it out from you. We'll talk again afterwards, after it releases, and then we can get that.
Pleasure.
My final question for you is: it is a very deep story, but it's also a very caring story. What do you want? What is the one thing you really want your audiences to think about when they walk out of that theater? What's the one thing you would like them to just have in their head as they're leaving their seats?
In a very, very general way, I would say that people are only human. But more precisely, I think it has to do with how we see the other, how we see our neighbor, how we see different person that we do not know, and how we create him in our heads without knowing sometimes, which can drive us to tragedy.
That is absolutely beautiful. Leon, the movie was very touching. I enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for your time. My Neighbor Adolf is available, will be in select theaters in the United States. You can go to the website. We'll have it in the description below on January 9th, 2026. Thank you. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Oh, thanks. I've heard about you too, but I didn't know that nerds rule the world. But that's kind of cool.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah.
Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
And I love what you do, and I love nerds, and you know, I think we're all nerds at heart. But anyway,
thank you, nerds rule.
Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes,
rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes. Nerds do rule the world. I agree.
We do.
I agree.
We're awesome, aren't we?
Thank you, ladies.
So much. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And nerds really do rule the world. Thank you, sir. It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world, all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Love you, nerds, dude. Get it.
Well, I was good until I saw that this is Nerds Rule the World. So are we talking about like everybody you interview is a nerd, right?
Oh, it's a legal requirement. It is.
It's a legal requirement.
Yeah.
Or the second you popped on screen, I was like, wait, are you supposed to be the queen nerd then?
I hope so. My handle is Heather is a nerd, so I am a professional at least.
Okay. But then you enter that whole question of like, well, if you're calling yourself a nerd, are you really a nerd? True nerd, would they call them? I don't know. I'm going to start going cross-eyed.
Going to psychoanalyze this a little bit.
Yeah.
Nerds do be ruling the world.
Hey, let's go. Schwang Hu in the building. All right, there's a cut.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Do I find like the framing, the law angle? It's all right.
Absolutely. Only a director would ask me that. Just to say, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's logical, of course. Though I just came from the airport, and so I'm not like 100% prepared for everything. So I built his like a very strange pyramid of whatever thing just to be higher. I can put something else. Okay, no.
You're good. You're good. You're absolutely
okay.
You're good.
Yeah, cool. We stop here. Cool. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna do a quick intro